Hi, I'm Dr. K, and in this video, I'm going to share with you a very simple tip that could help you drastically cut mindless snacking. This is a tip that I share with every client at my weight loss clinic where I only see women over 40, and this tip is one that I personally use almost every day because it's really helpful. And at the end of the video, I'll spell out exactly how to use this tip to slash mindless snacking. So let's get straight into it. I had this client, let's call her Mandy, and Mandy had a little routine that would often happen after dinner. She would sit in front of the TV, and because she had a craving for something sweet, she'd have some grapes. She'd take a punnet of grapes out of the fridge, and she'd sit there while watching TV, snacking on these grapes. And soon, the entire punnet, which was about 100 grapes, would be finished. The issue wasn't that Mandy was having grapes, it was that she was mindlessly eating the grapes. Did Mandy want 100 grapes? No. It was just how many that were in the punnet of grapes. And this comes back to something called unit bias. We are unduly influenced by the size of the portion. If a chocolate bar is 100 grams, we'll eat it all. If it's less, say 80 grams, we'd eat that. But if it's 120 grams, we'll eat that too and not even notice. We have a tendency to finish off the portion. Now, most people would look at the situation of eating 100 grapes and think, I have no willpower, I'm terrible. Why can't I just eat fewer grapes? But that's the wrong lesson to learn here. I always say to my clients, once the food is in front of you, the battle is generally lost. Yes, you can use willpower, but you are making things much more difficult for yourself. Instead, avoid the battle to begin with. In other words, you never want to eat something just because it's there. So the thing I asked Mandy to do, which I advise every client to do in this scenario, is never eat from the packet. If you eat from the packet, you're going to be much more likely to finish the packet. Think of a large packet of crisps or potato chips. Sit in front of the TV with the entire packet, and it's very likely you'll finish off the packet. So in Mandy's grape scenario, here's exactly what I suggested she do. Firstly, take 10 grapes from the punnet and put them in a dish. Put the punnet of grapes back into the fridge, take the dish, go back to the sofa. Eat those 10 grapes. Enjoy those 10 grapes. The ideal is to not eat them while watching TV, but even if you are, try and keep your awareness on the food that you're eating. And then, here's the crucial part. Once you've finished those 10 grapes, you are allowed to go back for more. But when you do, go back, take just 10 more grapes, put them in a dish, go back to the sofa, eat those. And then, yes, you can go back for more, and you can go back as many times as you want until the grapes are finished. But guess what? You won't. Because by introducing the extra steps where you have to keep going back, you give yourself the space to decide whether you want it or not. But hold on, you might say, that's a pain in the neck getting up and going back each time. Yes, exactly, that's the point. This is a small price to pay for drastically reducing mindless snacking. Now there's two other important things that I also told Mandy to do. One, you must keep telling yourself that you can have the entire punnet if you want. So each time you go back, don't make yourself feel guilty or bad about it. It's okay. Just make sure you take 10 grapes each time, and that's all. Secondly, over time, you want to experiment with taking less each time. Try 5 grapes at a time. Now that might seem silly to someone who's eating 100 grapes in a go, but you'll surprise yourself at how quickly your amounts will reduce. Within a few weeks, Mandy was eating 3 grapes total after dinner, which is quite a come down from 100 grapes. But imagine if the first time I'd said to Mandy, you're only allowed to eat 3 grapes. She would have felt compelled to eat more than 100 grapes, because directly telling anyone to stop doing something just makes them want to do it more. So what are we doing here? We're working with human nature. We're working with our inherent laziness that will resist getting up 10 times just to eat some grapes. We're working with our natural tendency to finish what's on our plate, but using it to our advantage. And we're also not doing what most diets would suggest in this situation, which is either don't eat it, which just makes you want it more, or they're grapes, eat as much as you want, which just encourages mindless eating. So this is the benefit of this approach to weight loss, where we work with your body instead of against it. To find out more about how that works, check out my free training in the description below. And subscribe to my channel for more weight loss advice about changing your relationship with food. I'll see you next time.